Welcome into Dwyer Field for this Week 10 matchup of GMC football. The Lakota West Firebirds coming into Mason to take on the Comets on their senior night. I'm Daniel Panetti here with my broadcast partner Isaac Vargo. And Isaac, it's a huge game for both of these teams. For the Comets, it's a chance to make a huge statement going into the playoffs. And for the Firebirds, it's a chance to have their name in the GMC title.
Yeah, Comets playing their best football right now on a 4-game winning streak. They're going to have to play their most complete football today against one of the most talented teams in the GMC and in the state.
Yeah, so a big chance for the Comets to make a statement. We look at last year's game, it was closer than almost pretty much everyone expected, a 10-7 loss. So the Comets seem to prepare for this West team pretty good. The Comets will start out with the ball as we get ready for kickoff. Kicker runs up, sweep of the leg, and we are off from Dwyer Field. It'll go out the back of the end zone, and the Comet offense will come out for their first drive of the game. This offense led by Ashton Schaaf, the senior quarterback, 200 yards in the air last week, his best performance. The Comets are going to need a repeat of that tonight.
Yeah, Ashton Schaaf's been playing his best football the last 3 weeks. Actually a transfer from Lakota West last year, so today it's kind of his revenge game, and in this game, it's going to be he's got to take care of the football, especially against this Lakota West team you cannot make mistakes against.
The Comets need to start out good. You see on your screen number 21, Torian Wiggins, a breakout game in that win versus Sycamore last week. So first down for the Comets. Schaaf takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to OHSAA up the middle, and he stuffed right away.
Yeah, this Comet team loves to go to OHSAA, especially up the middle. And for this Lakota West team, they've been #1 in the GMC almost the last 3-4 years, especially this season, only giving up 79 total points to 353 points scored. So the Comets are going to have to be a little more creative.
Yeah, so many D1 guys on this Lakota West team. We'll mention later when the Firebirds take on offense. Their star tight end out tonight, Schaaf, is going to roll out to the left side, being chased, and he's going to throw it away, almost intercepted. Number 5 for the Firebirds was right there, Micah Markley, the senior linebacker, almost getting an early turnover there.
Yeah, Micah Markley has 2 interceptions this season as well as 2 forced fumbles. He picked up those 2 forced fumbles, so definitely a guy that can get plays for your defensive side. But on the retrievement of Ashton Schaaf was Grant Bierman, number 1, 6'4", 220. Runs a 4.5 40, committed to Purdue. So just one of those athletes in the middle you'll see for this Firebird defense.
3rd and long for the Comets. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Schaaf looks to throw. He's looking to the right side, has to step up in the pocket. He's going to try and run it himself, has some room, and he's going to be brought down around the 27.
Yeah, Lakota West doing what Lakota West has done all year. If you're the Mason Comets, Coach Kastner, you can't expect your offense to score every single time, but those 3 and outs, Daniel, you got to minimize them. Lakota West is obviously really good defense, and this Comet team hasn't really faced a defense like this in a very long time. But you got to minimize those 3 and outs and got to get a couple first downs, especially on the first drive.
Kaiser Wilhelm out for the punt for the Comets, one of the top punters in the GMC, as well as on the defensive side. Gets it away. It's a nice punt, and it will be caught around the 40. Fair caught by number 3 for the Firebirds, Trey Barnett, senior wide receiver. So now we see this Firebird offense come out, and they're led by number 2, the senior quarterback, Sam Wiles. He's top 5 in the GMC for passing and rushing yards, a little over 1,100 through the air and 700, or a little over 700 rushing. That came mainly 200 on the ground last week.
Yeah, Sam Wiles is just that guy for this team for Lakota West. Has been the last couple of seasons. He's definitely a rushing quarterback. As we said, in this game, Luca Gilbert, number 88, 4-star tight end, is not playing, so we'll have to see how this offense operates.
1st and 10 for the Firebirds. Wiles is going to hand it off up the middle, and he's brought down maybe a gain of 2 or 3, and a flag out early. This one looks like it's going to be against the Firebirds.
And it's off Jaden Brogdon, the former Comet that moved over to Lakota West. Didn't see the opportunity, thought Lakota West would be a better fit for him. This year, he's been all right, kind of that 4th, 5th receiver for this receiving core, but right there, letting Kaiser Wilhelm get the best of his emotions, and that's exactly what you need as the Comets defense. Try to get that 3 and out and getting Lakota West behind the sticks early.
Yeah, that went to 22. Braden Johnson, he comes into tonight 421 yards rushing on the season. Him and Kenyon Norman are tied on this team, 421 yards. It's going to be a jet sweep to the left side, has some room, and he's going to be brought down around the 32. Tyson Davis, receiver, the junior wide receiver for this Firebird team, had 7 of Wiles' 8 completions last week.
Yeah, Tyson Davis definitely stepping into this #1 role, especially at wide receiver with the dismissal of Luka Gilbert. But right there for Lakota West, number 18, Tyson Davis, is walking off the field a little gingerly, so it's something to look for there. Lakota West starting to be a little injury prone. Of course, this is the 10th and last week of the regular season, so playing 10 straight weeks of football is definitely going to get to you, so it's something you don't like to see, but if you're the Comets, you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, can't take anything for granted. 3rd and 18, no one in the backfield with Wiles. He drops back, looks to throw, pressure coming, has to roll out to the left side, fires it deep down the field, and it's caught. It'll be caught at the 38. A huge play there on 3rd down for the Firebirds, and they move the sticks. Take a look at this replay.
Yeah, Wiles does a good job evading Ryan Davis there on that left side, and Reese Mason went up to grab it over Kaiser Wilhelm. And Dana, we saw last week with this Comet team, Sycamore kind of picked on Kaiser Wilhelm, especially with that smaller frame that he has. And it looks like that's the game plan so far. Little broken play turned into a third down execution for a 1st down.
Yeah, Wilhelm's seen as one of the top corners in the GMC. 1st down will be a handoff to Johnson up the middle. He breaks loose, going to gain about 8 on 1st down. So after that big play, that might be kind of what this Firebird offense needed to really get going.
Yeah, Sam Wiles obviously is going to be the guy you don't want for you to beat, but in this running game, Lakota West so good up front. This Comet defense has got to find ways to get in the backfield, cause a 3rd down. Right here it's a 2nd and short, 2nd and 2.
2nd and short for the Firebirds. It's going to be another handoff to Johnson up the middle. He's going to get the 1st down and some. So they're going to get inside the 30-yard line here early at their first drive, knocking on the Comet door.
Yeah, a lot of Braden Johnson, number 22 right there, junior sensation, holds offers from Ball State, Kent State, Miami, Ohio, and Pitt. Kind of a dual threat guy, can receive it and run it, of course. Very good getting through those holes.
Yeah, Johnson last week, 13 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. As he's already looking like he might match those numbers and more. It's going to be 1st down, Wiles to the left side. Has some room, and he's going to get about 8 again there on 1st down. So this Firebird offense, using the run game like they have all year, they're coming in averaging about 220 yards on the ground per game. That's really where their offense has lived.
Yeah, Lakota West so good on 1st down. First couple of times right here under Coach Tom Bolden, came from Coleraine, who was dominant for 10 years, and now the last 3 years, Lakota West has been really good. So one of the best coaches GMC's ever seen.
2nd and 3, Johnson in the backfield. It's going to be a keeper with Wiles, but he's going to be not taken down. He's still moving in the backfield, and finally he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Ryan Davis in there to bring him down. Wiles almost makes a big play out of what looked like nothing from the start.
Yeah, Comets had everyone nearby there. Almost got away. Good job of keeping them in front. Sam Wiles, so good at elusive, getting broken plays and making them into positive ones. 3rd down here would be a tough field goal, ball at the 23-yard line. Comets got to get off the field here.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. They need a stop. If you're Mason, you can't let them get a 7-0 lead early. Wiles drops back. He's looking to the right side. He's going to look for the end zone, and incomplete, but a flag out, and it looks like it's going to be pass interference. He was looking for Jaden Brogdon, who we mentioned earlier, and it's going to be a free 1st down holding for the Comets.
Yeah, this time on Jaden Brogdon, Amin Garnett, and kind of we saw the tug. The guy was right there to make the call. Big holding call there, pass interference, but if you're Amin Garnett, if you don't hold there, it could be a touchdown. So a nice awareness there. Is the first down, and Jaden Brogdon, a couple times we mentioned his name so far in this game.
Yeah, and you look at Brogdon, a 6'3" frame versus 5'11" of Amin Garnett, or 5'10", excuse me. It's a big size difference, so tough matchup for Garnett. It's going to be first down for Wiles. He drops back once again, looking right side, and it's over the head. Or no, it does go to Brogdon. It is tackled by Garnett once again. Looked like it might have been going to Tyson Davis, but a nice little comeback there from Brogdon.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication right here. Great ball, only a spot where Jaden Brogdon can catch it. And Daniel, you mentioned 6'3" frame. Gonna see a lot of throws that way. Comets got to move some safeties over to that side to kind of help the smaller DBs over there.
So 2nd and 6 for the team. It's going to be a handoff to Davis to the left side. Davis is going to get into the end zone. And that's going to be an early 6 for the Lakota West Firebirds. They strike on the jet sweep to Tyson Davis. And a nice little start there for that Lakota West offense. They take a lead here early.
I mean, exactly the start you want if you're Lakota West. Get the stop, 3 and out. Get the penalty early in the drive, but a big play just bullies Mason down the field using Tyson Davis, their #1 guy for today's matchup. Just trucking the secondary there.
That's his 5th receiving touchdown of the year. Jet sweeps will be counted as passes. Extra point is up and right down the middle. So a commanding start for the Firebirds. They take a 7-0 lead as both teams are now one drive into tonight's game. The Comets will get another chance. And Isaac, we look at that first drive for the Comets, just nothing went their way.
Yeah, for this Comet team, you got to take kind of a different approach against this Lakota West team. So many athletes, especially in the middle of the field. So that running game, especially up the middle, might not be working. So I kind of like the approach they took on 3rd down, have Ashton Schaaf look around and kind of use his legs. I kind of think for this Comet team, they can't panic here. They're only down 7. It's early in this game. Obviously, Lakota West dominated those first 2 drives of the game. But for this Comet team, you got to go back to your roots. You got to stay confident on the senior night, have a 4-game winning streak. Can't panic just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And something to mention, Isaac, in warm-ups, we saw number 10, the senior, Brandon Dunn, warming up in pads, in uniform. Didn't see him at all on that first drive, but the Comets, he went down with an injury a few weeks ago in that comeback win versus Middletown. You know, whether he's on the field or not, he's a huge asset for the team.
Yeah, had a separated shoulder. Has been out for the next couple weeks.
This one will be returned at the 15 to the 20. He has some room down at the 30, and he's going to be brought down at the 35. A nice return there for the Comets. They will start out with some pretty nice field position. There's Jamian Martin on that return.
Yeah, Jamian Martin, known to be one of the fastest guys in the school for Mason. Sophomore sensation. He's had a really good returns for this team.
Yeah, we're taking a look at this. He had that hold to the left side, and he's just able to use that speed. Gets to the 35 before he's pushed out. Martin had a nice deep shot touchdown last week for about 25 yards from Ashton Schaaf. They're going to need that once again. First down for the Comets. Adesanya in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya. He gets to the 40, about a gain of 4 or 5 on first down.
Yeah, had a good lane there for Adesanya. Couldn't really make the cut as fast as he would have hoped, but a nice play there as we see on this right side. Good blocks. Just couldn't get to that secondary. Second and manageable though. Comets got to keep making these good plays. Got to keep it for less of a 3rd and long and more of a 3rd and short kind of scenario if it's going to be 3rd down.
We talk about the last time the Comets were here. Adesanya, a career game, 200 yards on the ground. They want him to do that again tonight. It's going to be another handoff to Adesanya. He's at the 40, gets to the 45, to the 50, and that's a first down for the Comets. They get the chains moving.
Yeah, Adesanya playing with some confidence. last time we were on Dwyer Field, as we see bounce out to the outside. Down the first 5-6 weeks, we didn't really see that burst on the outside from Adesanya. Kind of playing in between the tackles, trying to use his power, starting to figure some stuff out with this new O-line. And Adesanya's done a great job the last 3-4 weeks, and right there gets a big run. Comets at midfield.
Yeah, 8 rushes for 51 yards last week in that win versus Sycamore. But they're going to want that 200 yards Hemi Adesanya we saw versus Coleraine. It'll be first down for the Comets. Ball placed directly at the 50. Schaaf is going to be a play action to the right side. He rolls out, throws it, and it's caught. It's going to be another first down, but the ball's on the ground. But the Comets look like they fall on it.
Yeah, looks like Comets didn't really have full possession of it. Looking for C.J. Kastner on that right side. A break there as the ball was in the air for a while. It was a good pass here, had time, couldn't squeeze it. It was actually the now new tight end, Alex Brown, got a couple reps of that tight end position. Haven't really got any opportunities to catch it right there. Shaky start for him at that position.
So now 2nd and 10 at the 50. Schaaf rolls out to the right side. He's going to throw same place again, and it's going to be intercepted by the Firebirds at the 35 to the 30. The first turnover of the game, and the Firebirds with a huge momentum boost. Take another look at this. Schaaf rolls out to the right side, and
it's Grant Bierman with the interception. Some miscommunication from Ashton Schaaf there. Looking to the right side, kind of the same look we had last time. Knocks it off a defender of Lakota West. Should have been intercepted, but the commit from Purdue gets it done, and early here for the Comets. They're on the ropes.
Yeah, it's Bierman's first of the season, the linebacker. Like you mentioned, the Purdue commit, that's plays that is going to get you to a D1 school. So already the Firebirds already up 1 possession, 7-0. They have a chance to make it 2 here. Their second drive, they have great field position. First down for Wiles. Receivers close to him. It's going to be another jet sweep. Or no, Wiles is going to keep it himself. He breaks up the middle, and Wiles' first play is going to take it into the end zone. And the Firebirds are rolling in Dwyer Field as they take a 13-0 lead thanks to the legs of Sam Wiles.
An absolutely amazing play call. Same look as the last touchdown. Sam Wiles using his speed right there. No one's going to catch him. Kick can do it both ways. Was the Comets' #1 threat for this defense, for this offense for Lakota West. And right there, Comets got to find a way on offense, or else this is going to be, it's blocked right there. John Hendricks got his hands in there, and maybe a little bit of a momentum shifter there for the Comets, a little bit of a positive look there.
Yeah, the Comets needed something like that. Let's take another look at this. Just gets a hand there at the top. Yeah, blocks that one. It looks like it would have been good. So the Comets get a block. They get student section a little bit loud. We look now, 4 minutes, 29 seconds left in this game. It feels like you don't want to get the life sucked out of you in the first quarter, but right now it's all Firebirds.
Yeah, as we said, we got plenty of time still, 4.5, as you said, in the first quarter of play. But this Comet team has got to wake up. Playing a little bit scared right now, it seems like. Looking at the name of Lakota West instead of just the players ahead of them. And right now, Lakota West is just dominating, doing business as they should. And Daniel, for this game, Lakota West, if they win, they'll have at least a share with the Princeton Vikings for the GMC title. As Lakota West trying to get that title back. Princeton won last year, the GMC. All they would need here is a win against Mason, and that GMC would be coming back to Lakota West, at least a share.
That kickoff going to bounce in the end zone, so it'll be another touchback for the Comets. Look at this offense. 2 drives, a 3-and-out, and an interception from Bierman on that defensive side. But we look at that last drive. Before that interception, it was looking pretty promising for the Comets. Temi Adesanya got a few carries, one to the left side, bounces it out, got that first down for about 10 yards. The run game looks like it could be something to work. The pass game has been a huge question mark all season. The Comets already down 2 possessions. They got to find an identity.
Yeah, right here, as you said, a lot of stuff I liked from this Comet team. A little bit of miscommunication. Ashton Schaaf, you just got to take a deep breath. You know you can do it on this offensive end. Got to figure it out.
First down is going to be a pitch to Adesanya. He breaks to the left side, and he has some room down to the 40. Sorry, it's not Adesanya. He's going to be bounced out to the 45. That's Brandon Birdsong, number 28. The sophomore running back.
Yeah, Brandon Birdsong last week had his first touchdown if it didn't come to a holding call. And Birdsong, the sophomore, using those legs. It's right there, a big play there for the Comets. Gets them over midfield for their second time in 3 drives. We got to execute. The run game's working really well so far, Daniel.
Yeah, my apologies. Brandon Birdsong, we saw him a few times last week in that win versus Sycamore. Schaaf going to roll out to the left side, a flag down, and he's going to just launch it out of bounds. He was rushed immediately by almost that entire defense of Lakota West. Holding against the Comets, it'll drive him back. It'll now be 1st and 20.
It's going to be on Noah Dowers. Was used as a defensive back last year. One of the breakout juniors this year as a senior. Has been very good on that defensive line, but this Comet offensive line with a couple of injuries, and they need a little bit more size and grit, so they decided to move him into that spot. Just about 4 minutes left in this first quarter of play.
Birdsong remains in the backfield. 1st and 20 for the Comets. It's going to be a handoff to Birdsong. He breaks to the 50. And will be brought down right around where the Comets started. Now be 2nd and about 10.
Damn, look at these moves from Brandon Birdsong. Some athletic moves, staying through the blockers. And Dan, we haven't really seen a lot of Brandon Birdsong. We saw a lot of them last week. Kind of his first carries. Has been on the JV team for the first 7-8 weeks of this team, but a sophomore, as we said, him and Jamian Martin, definitely guys to look out for, and so far in this game has been the bright spot for this Comet offense.
Yeah, Birdsong had a great touchdown that was called back due to a block in the back last week. Schaaf looks to the right side. It's caught at the 40. It's Ethan Jordan, number 9. A nice catch there. Yeah, we talk about Ethan Jordan. The past couple of games, he's been a huge bright spot for the team. Not much last week versus Sycamore, but 2 touchdowns in that win versus Coleraine, and obviously that game winner against Middletown.
Yeah, with the departure of Brennan Dunn the last couple of games, the Comets have needed that wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. Ethan Jordan's kind of been in that wide receiver 1 spot alongside C.J. Kastner. So on this 3rd down, look for those 2.
3rd and 4 from the 41. Schaaf takes a snap. It's going to be another handoff to Birdsong, but he is driven back immediately. Nothing there for the running back, and that's going to make it 4th down for the Comets.
Yeah, Comets don't really like the play call. Ashton Schaaf moving his body forward right there, kind of tipping his hand that it's going to be a run. Lakota West so good against that run game all year long. And decision here from Brian Kastner.
Number 20, Derek Edwards in there, the junior linebacker, was in there for the tackle. So Kaiser Wilhelm will come back out for this Comet team, his 2nd punt of the night, trying to pin this West offense deep against their own end zone. Gets the punt away. A nice one to the sideline, and it's going to be out of bounds right around the 10. A nice punt from the senior. Comet defense needs to make a stop.
Yeah, right here, I've kind of seen for this Comet defense, they've kind of played in that press kind of defense against these big receivers for Lakota West. So I'd kind of see if there's a different approach to this 3rd drive of the game. Obviously, with so many men in the box, if Lakota West gets that push in that drive, Sam Wiles can run all over this team. So I'd like to see this Comet team maybe scoot back, especially with those guys in the secondary, and kind of rely on those guys in the middle to get some tackles.
About 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Firebird offense. It's going to be pretty much a screen to the right side. It's caught by Davis. He's still moving to the 20. And Tyson Davis already making a huge impact so far tonight.
Yeah, right there near the play. Safety Preston Esta. Comets' first player to commit to a D1 school. He committed earlier this week to Bowling Green. So that's a congratulations to the safety.
Big announcement from the 3-star. It'll be second and short. It'll be another pass just to the left side, and he breaks free. He has some room down to the 50. Sorry, he's going to be out at about the 45. Kenyon Norman, the sophomore running back, was in there. We talked about him and Braden Johnson in our pregame show. We look at this one more time. Pretty much just that same play.
Yeah, again, just such a good play call. Pancakes on the outside, and so far it's just been Lakota West dominance in the middle so far. Just getting those blocks for the playmakers on the outside. As we said, the Comets got to scoot back a little bit, give a little bit more room for themselves.
There'll be a handoff up the middle. Nothing going there for Johnson. His forward progress will take him about to the line of scrimmage, but a huge play there from the Comet defensive line after two nice passing plays. Nothing there on the run.
Yeah, I got to start stacking up some quality plays on the defensive end. As you said, under a minute to go in this first quarter of play. It's been all Lakota West in this first quarter at Dwyer Field.
It'll now be second and 10 for the Firebirds. Likely just a few more plays before we head to the end of the quarter. It'll be second and 10. Wiles in the shotgun, no one there with him. 3 to the right. He's going to be a direct run up the middle. Breaks free. He's going to get the first down and more. Wiles still up, and Wiles breaks free to the 20, 15, 10, and he's into the end zone. His second rushing touchdown of the night, and Sam Wiles is taking over.
Sam Wiles, we've said it all day long. Him by himself in the backfield is just him saying that it's going to be a run. And right here we see just the elusiveness, making nothing out of something. And the seniors just walking all over the Comets defense right now. And Dana, we haven't seen this all year long against this Comets. And we've seen kind of those big plays given up from this Comet defense, especially against Lakota East. But right here, Lakota West just dogging all over the Comets.
So 13 seconds left in the quarter. Lakota West gets one of their biggest plays of the season. That'll be a false start on the Firebirds. But just a commanding first quarter. All Firebirds and the Comets just, offensively haven't been able to put a drive fully together. In the defensive side, they can't bring Wiles down.
Kofi had do before for the extra point.
One already blocked, that one up and very good. A nice kick there from the kicker. The Firebirds take a 20-0 lead here with just a few seconds left in the first quarter. And Isaac, it feels like the Comets are already running out of time to get back in this game.
Yeah, Dan, we were talking about earlier in the quarter how Comets can't panic. But now down 20 points in the first quarter to one of the best teams in the state, definitely one of the better teams the Comets have faced all year long. It's starting to become that time to panic. This Comet team has got to figure something out on the offensive end. They've had a couple good runs, but they got to start taking shots down the field, it feels like. C.J. Kastner hasn't really gotten anything so far. Ethan Jordan with just that one catch. Adesanya with a decent run. Birdsong's kind of been the only guy that's contributed to this offense so far. So the Comets got to be more creative, find different ways to contribute with their playmakers on offense, or else it's just going to be a blowout all day long.
Yeah, already a completely different story than last year's game. It was a 10-7 win for Lakota West, but now in the first quarter already puts up 20 points. That one away, and it's just going to go out the back of the end zone once again. So the Comet offense comes out once more. It's their fourth drive of the game, and I think just so far it just hasn't been their night.
Yeah, Comets kind of playing like they've played Colerain and these teams that haven't been super well the last couple of weeks and kind of gotten punched in the face against this Lakota West really good defense. So Comets have done, as we said, a lot of good things right, but just haven't been good enough so far. Can't make excuses. Got to go out there and figure something out.
So first down now for the Comets. They try and put a drive together. It'll be a handoff up the middle, and nothing much going there. Maybe about 2 or 3 there on first down. But that's just going to take it to the end of the quarter. So the Comets find themselves down 3 possessions after a score of 20-0. If the Lakota West Firebirds have just been completely dominant. Take a look at some of these. It was at first the jet sweep to Tyson Davis, and then it was the legs of Sam Wiles.
Yeah, Sam Wiles dominant in this first quarter of play right there. Grant Bierman with the interception. As you can see there, Sam Wiles just been dominant in this first quarter of play. We'll take a quick break here on ICRC.
And welcome back to Dwyer Field for the second quarter here as the Mason Comets start their 4th drive of the night. They find themselves down 20-0. I'm Daniel Panetti here with Isaac Vargo. And Isaac, so far the Comets just nothing going. That one's going to be a direct keeper with Schaaf. He tries to make something happen, but nothing there for the quarterback.
Yeah, right now in this game, it's been all Lakota West. Just domination on both sides of the football in every aspect of the game. And it's pretty much just been that running game. The Comets in the last 3-4 weeks have been very good against the run, but haven't really seen a team like Lakota West magnitude, especially with the guys up front. Sam Wiles, best quarterback Comets have seen all year, and he is just tearing them up in the secondary.
Yeah, it's been his legs. 3rd and 5 for the Comets. They got to get a first down here. Schaaf drops back, looks to throw. He's looking right, rolls out to the right side, and he throws, and it's going to be – it's going to be caught.
Should be enough for a first down. So it will be. Comets get the first down. Torian Wiggins, his first catch of the day. Number 21, breakout athlete. Last week against Sycamore, had his first 2 touchdowns of his high school varsity career. It's big, Daniel, that the Comets move the sticks.
Yeah, they get the first down there to keep it going. And you got to think you need points, whether it's 3, 6, or 7. You got to get on the board here versus this Lakota team that's just so far been dominant. Temi Adesanya checks back into the game. 1st and 10 for the Comets. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Adesanya is only going to go backwards there. Tackled at about the 28. Nothing there on first down.
Yeah, nothing they're doing. Daniel, you got to be a little careful with Ashton Schaaf. Alex Silly, kind of the second guy in this quarterback room, but he's been taking a lot of hits so far in this game.
Yeah, we saw Schaaf go down last week in that game versus Sycamore. He got back in the drive after and threw 2 more touchdowns, but a guy who might already be a little shaken up, taking a lot of hits early. 2nd and 11 for the Comets. Adesanya behind Schaaf, but they're going to get a flag. It looks like it's going to be an offsides versus the Firebirds.
Yes, it will be an offsides. The Comets get 5 back, make it a 2nd and manageable. Daniel, still plenty of time, but the Comets, as we said, they got to play their best game of football this season in all 4 quarters. And in this game right now, They've played one of their worst quarters of the season, especially on the defensive side. And from here on out, you got to play perfect football for the next 3 quarters if you want to keep this game close.
And Torian Wiggins talked about how important it is for this team to be good early. And another flag going to go down. This time it's against the Comets. False start. So after getting 5 free yards, they will go back 10. Or sorry, they'll go back 5.
And Comets just making mistakes on mistakes. Compounding them, which is something you can't have. 2nd and 11 here, ball at the 30, just under 10 minutes in the half.
But yeah, going back to what Torian said on Comet Sports Talk this week, this team knows that they have to be playing good early, and so far it just hasn't been the case. So Schaaf drops back, looks left. He's going to fire it to Tristan Newhouse, and he's going to get down to about the 40, maybe 39, right near the first down.
Yeah, I like the play call there. Tristan Newhouse kind of been that fullback / tight end guy on that left side all year long. Good catch and run there to make it a 3rd and manageable. Comets, again, got to execute on these 3rd downs. If you look back at that play right there, Newhouse making it a 3rd and 3 at the 38 for the Comets.
Yeah, pretty rough season for Newhouse this year. He had that fumble versus Lakota East in week 2. But you like to see the junior getting some work. He's going to be relied on heavily next year. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya to the right side. He's going to get the first down to the 45. Comets keep this drive going.
Yeah, good blocking there from the Comets up front. Adesanya taking into that 2nd gear to get the first down. And Daniel, so far in this game, Comets, we were thinking they would have to rely on that passing game. And so far this running game's been pretty good.
Yeah, the run game is what's been putting these drives together. The whole thing is if they can finish. They've been finding themselves around midfield in most of these drives. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya up the middle, but nothing there going. Sorry, that was Birdsong.
Yeah, Birdsong getting a heavy load so far in this first half of play.
Yeah, so mentioned Birdsong, the most carries he's gotten all year. You got to think with a guy like Birdsong, you're not going to get much on a run up the middle. He's going to be that perimeter guy. You know, him, Martin, and Wiggins, the 3 kind of underclassmen that you circle for the speed guys. So you want to get him to the outside. He stays into the left of Schaaf. He drops back, pressure coming, and he's going to go down around the 36. It was Mason there in on the on the sack. Reese Mason has already had a nice game tonight at wide receiver. It's going to be his 2nd tackle for loss of the year.
Yeah, Daniel, just no chance there on the sack. Lakota West kind of been sitting back, waiting for Ashton Schaaf to make a mistake today, and right there they brought in 6, 7 guys, so they're 11. Nothing the Comets could do about it, making it a 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15. Schaaf has time. It's going to launch it deep to the right side of the field and overthrows his target, Jamian Martin. Great pursuit there from the defensive back. Mason was there in on coverage again. And the deep shot doesn't work. He overthrows Martin. It's going to lead to another punt for this Mason offense.
Yeah, Reese Mason's done an amazing job on both sides of the ball. He's keeping stride for stride with Jamie and Martin, and also had that first down in the first drive for Lakota West.
So Wilhelm will get it away. Another nice punt. That one's going to go out around the 25. A nice showing tonight from number 16.
Yeah, almost a block punt there. Would have been absolute disaster right there as the senior on senior night. Having a good day punting the ball. So move over to that defensive back position. Has gotten a lot of targets his way. He's been kind of on Jaden Brogdon today. The Comets really need a stop here. If you go down 28-0, even 23-0, it feels like it's all over for this Comets team. But right here, a big stop would be nice.
Got to think Coach McCullough was talking big with this defense on the sideline, how they got to figure something out. First down, Wiles is going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to keep it himself to the right side, and he's going to get the first down, but the ball's on the ground, and the Comets jump on it. The Comets get the turnover that they need. Huge there for Mason. It's number 72 for the Comets there.
Oh, and down on the field is Sam Wiles. Helmet off, which is not a good sign, Daniel. Normally, if you see an athlete take their helmet off, it means they're in really big pain. Right here, as we see, kind of got tangled up right there with a couple of Comets defenders. And that is a huge loss for Lakota West if that's the case. And Daniel, that's kind of the risk you take with how many times Sam Wiles has ran the football today. He's been very successful, but you'd think at some time it's going to be not good there as he walks off on his own power. Very scary moment there for Lakota West. Ends up looking like it's going to be all good for number 2.
Here, look at this replay once again. It was Juan Bates, the junior, who got that fumble recovery, but Wiles was able to walk off on his own. You hope that means he is okay, but he's going to be getting checked for this Firebird offense. So that could be a detrimental loss. They could potentially lose their number 1 player on this team. Wiles has been the heart and soul of this Firebird offense. So now the Comets will come out. They had the best field position that they've had starting tonight's game. They got to make something happen here. First down for the Comets. It's going to be a handoff to Adesanya. Adesanya breaks to the left side. He has some room to the 45, and he gains about 9, close to the first down. A nice run there from Temi Adesanya.
Yeah, going back to the defense, the Comets didn't really have a strip from Wiles. It was kind of Wiles just giving the ball up, maybe because of that pain before he was taken down, kind of let the ball loose. But yeah, any way the Comets can get it right now with how they're down 20-0, but right here, Comets can get in the end zone. We're back to a game.
Second and short, Adesanya behind Schaaf. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. Adesanya almost trips, and he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a few yards back. The Comets are going to find themselves on another 3rd and medium.
Alex Brown checks into the game. Comets have had the chances against this Lakota West defense. Have had 3 times where they've been over midfield in this game, and hasn't worked at all for this offense. Yeah. Haven't even got a field goal chance so far.
Yeah, Adesanya tried to make a cut, but he kind of trips. Maybe the turf monster caught him a little bit, but it's going to make it 3rd and a few for this Comet offense. Adesanya to the left side, breaks over the middle, and we'll see where the marking takes him. Adesanya down.
And mark him a little short. Adesanya looks like he needs a little breather. He's walking gingerly off that ankle as we look back at it. Just a little bit short. Kind of landed on with that ankle. Kind of the same thing as Wiles for Lakota West. Comets got to go here, it feels like.
Yeah, Comets will bring on their big guys. Noah Dowers, one of the guys in there that checks in. Got to think that either Schaaf or whoever it is in the backfield, Adesanya stays in. Just got to get about a yard. Schaaf looks like he might have dropped the ball. A flag comes out. Lakota West is saying they have it, but it's going to be a false start versus the Comets.
Yeah, very awkward look there. It looked like it might have even been a fake look from Ashton Schaaf. He didn't even get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, the Comet offense just looked like they didn't know what they were doing.
Very, very bad break there from the Comets. Needed it. 4th and 1, but end up having, they'll actually go for, as I like the decision here. Only a 4th and 6, kind of in that in-between territory. If you punt, it's kind of a waste of a punt situation. Definitely can't kick the field goal from here.
Yeah, so 4th and 6. The Comets need a first down here. Birdsong behind Schaaf. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout before this play goes. Mason will call one.
Yeah, the play clock was going down to 1, so definitely can't have that delay of game penalty to make it a 4th and 11. Comets 4th and 6 here. I believe Coach Kastner would still go for it here, down 20 in this second quarter of play. Just about 4 minutes left, just under that mark. Comets got the forced fumble from Sam Wiles.
And Isaac, I ask you, get the timeout. You're Coach Kastner. What play are you drawing up to try and get these 6 yards?
I'm drawing up a play that's going to involve either C.J. Kastner or Ethan Jordan. I haven't really heard a lot from them. I want Ashton Schaaf to get out of the pocket, kind of get to use his legs a little bit. C.J. Kastner, probably one of the best guys in that situation where catching it in small, narrow windows. So 4th and 6 here. We'll see what Coach Kastner elects to do. Kind of like a roll out to the right here from Ashton Schaaf. Kind of looks we saw early in this game. Brennan Dunn was looking like he wanted to go on the field, but Coach Kastner directing him to the right side.
And we've seen Brandon Dunn there on the sidelines a little bit. Hasn't checked into the game. It would be his first one back since his injury. 4th and 6. Got to think it goes in the air. Schaaf drops back. He's going to roll to the right, but he's going to be brought down right at the 47. Immediate pressure there from the Firebirds. It was number 5, Micah Markley, in there on the sack. And a huge loss for the Comets. They turn it over, and the Firebirds are going to get it right around midfield.
I mean, if you're the Comets, you got to think pressure's coming. Ashton Schaaf hasn't been very comfortable all day today. He's already thrown an interception. And down 20 points, they don't really have anything to lose. So if you're the Comets, you got to have bigger bodies in there to take that away. Right there, big stop there. Sam Wiles is in the backfield. So that's a good sign for the Lakota West team. On the outside, Amin Garnett, as you see number 4 there, still with that press defense, even with the smaller height difference.
Yeah, huge for the Firebirds to have their quarterback healthy and in. It'll be a play action. He's going to look to throw immediately. It rolls out to the right side. He's going to run it, gets to about the 50, but he's smart, just going to run out of bounds, doesn't want to risk anything. Only a gain of a few.
Yeah, Daniel kind of looked at this Comets middle and this middle linebackers. Haven't seen any sort of spy on Wiles at all today. I mean, it's felt like every single play for this Lakota West team involves Wiles either getting out of the pocket or running it himself. So would like to see the Comets put at least 1, even 2 people on Sam Wiles so far, as he's the only one that's really beat them.
So that'll be 2nd and about 9 for the Firebirds. Wiles is going to keep it himself once again, throws it to the right side, was looking for Davis, but it goes over his head. And we go back to that spy you said. You got to think what you would put one of your top guys, maybe an Alex Brown or something like that, on a spy. We look back at that one more time. Try to get a little fancy there on a read option pass option, but just sails it over the head of his top receiver.
And Daniel, one of the reasons why Sam Wiles is as good as he is because this is a coaching masterclass so far in this game from Coach Bolden. Has been there before, using Wiles very effectively so far in this game.
So 3rd and 9. The Comets need a big stop here. Pressure coming. The middle is open. Wiles is going to run. He has the first down and more to the 35, and he's going to go to the 20. He's still up to the 15. Sam Wiles running straight through this Comet defense. And that'll make it a first down inside the 20 for Lakota West.
I mean, Daniel, at one point, are you like, they're doing the same thing every single time? They obviously, Comets brought pressure there, which is going to mean there's less people in the secondary. I like the call there, but you got to have someone on Sam Wiles. I mean, he's ran all over this Comets team, has over 150 yards on the ground, and it just seems like this is a coaching issue for this Comets defense right now.
Being the top guy on the offense, the Comet defense you would think would try and have him in check, but they haven't been able to tonight. Jet sweep to Tyson Davis to the right side. He's to the 10, the 5, and he's going to get into the end zone. A flag out. As it looks, it'll be a touchdown, but we'll see if this one gets pulled back.
Yeah, it looks like the penalty was on the outside, which could mean a holding call. Brogdon was on the outside there with Garnett. We'll see what the call is here.
Official, it is going to be a holding call on Lakota West. So the touchdown will be wiped off the board. Comets catch a little bit of a break. But what I'm starting to notice is that the big plays killing Mason are kind of the same. It's that jet sweep to Tyson Davis, and then Sam Wiles just finding an open hole. But you got to think, especially once we get to halftime, just about 3 minutes left in this first half, yeah, that's got to be the main thing circled for this Mason defense.
Yeah, it all comes from coaching from Coach Bolden of this Lakota West team. It's changing up those looks, making them look similar but different outcomes. And we've seen kind of in this game, obviously Tyson Davis with the touchdown on the outside, Sam Wiles in that same look with the touchdown. Then from that same look, kind of a option pass.
So it'll be a fake jet sweep. Pressure coming to Wiles, and he's going to launch it and out of bounds. Resinesta West almost got the interception, but it went out. A flag is down.
Coach Kastner is livid.
It's going to be
left side.
It's going to be a personal foul. Looks like it might be roughing the passer against the Comets.
We'll have to see here, Daniel.
Take a look at this.
I don't like the call at all there. I feel like Sam Wiles was in the midst of throwing, but it's kind of, if you're that Comets player, I believe it was Dowers, can't really stop your momentum right there. He hasn't even thrown the ball yet. So that's a tough call there from the Comets. Don't really like it at all.
Either way, it's going to give the Firebirds a first down. You can understand why Coach Kastner pretty upset with that. It'll be 1st and goal for Lakota West as they try to take a 4-possession lead here. And something to mention as well, Isaac, the Firebirds will start the second half with the football. The Comets want to get a stop here. Have forced a turnover already.
Have to hold them to 3 at least.
So 1st and goal at the 7. It'll be a handoff to Johnson. Or no, it'll be an RPO to the left side. He was looking for Kenyon Norman. A lot of fakes on this offensive side.
Daniel, that shows how good this offense is. If they're faking us up here in the broadcast, you can only imagine down there on the field with how big this offensive line is. It's right here, just under 3 minutes to go. Lakota West at the 7-yard line of Mason. Comets got to hold him there as we see the student section using the pink out there. Nice representation there on senior night for the Comets.
The Comets trying to get a big stop. Here's 2nd and goal from the 7. It'll be a run to the left side for Johnson. He's looking still, and he's going to be brought down around the 3 or 4. It was Cravens there in on the tackle, number 90 for the Comets.
Yeah, there's guys in the backfield, nowhere to run for Johnson. It was all but the finish. Pushing Johnson with the tackles. We see right here, breaks it to the outside. There's guys there to do a great job there, but just tackling him about 3 yards ahead, which is a big difference right here as Lakota West gets a 4-yard gain on a broken play.
Like you mentioned, you got to hold them to 3 here if you're the Comets. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left and counting. 3rd and goal from the 3. Johnson to the right side, has room, and he's going to get into the end zone. The first rushing touchdown of the night for the junior running back, Braden Johnson. And the Lakota West will take a 26-0 lead. 27 pending the extra point. And Isaac, it has gone silent at Dwyer Field.
Yeah, and haven't really seen a lot against this Comet team, but again, it's one, the players on the field for Lakota West are just outperforming, out-toughening this Comet team, but 2, it's just an out-coaching performance from Lakota West. This coaching staff for Lakota West has just done such a better job against prepping for this game, knowing what the Comets do, and just executing on the field. Coach Castor not having a spy on Sam Wiles just seems like a mistake. And right now it's costing them big time. Now they're down big time against Lakota West on their home turf. Down 27, you got to feel like here with 2 minutes, just kind of get some runs in there. Can't take any more mistakes in this half.
Yeah, last thing the Comets need to do is give this ball back to Lakota West. But we talk about Lakota West. In their past 6 games, 5 of them they put up over 50 points. And that other one, it was 42 last week in that win versus Lakota East. So it was after that Princeton loss where they only put up 6 points in that game. Their offense, just a spark seemed to light through them. And if you're a Lakota West fan, you got to be smiling ear to ear knowing that your team is this hot going into the playoffs. And if this game goes the way it's looking, will have part of a name in GMC championship.
Yeah, Lakota West hasn't lost to this Comet team since 2018. Their last loss this season came in week 3 against Princeton, so it's been a 6-game winning streak for Princeton, for Lakota West.
Yeah, just pure dominance from this Firebird team so far tonight. The Comets, your one big kind of shining light has been Brandon Birdsong, the sophomore running back, number 28. Maybe hand it off to him, see if he can get anything to go. Temi Adesanya, not a bad game. Really, this run game hasn't been that bad for the Comets. It's mainly they put a bit of a drive together and then just something goes wrong and they're not able to finish.
Yeah, Comets can't make any other mistakes. Down 27 already in this first half. Looks like they'll take some shots, though.
Schaaf look to try and step up, but it once again will be brought down in the backfield. Just so much pressure coming from this Lakota West defense. And Ashton Schaaf is just kind of panicking there in the backfield.
Lakota West calling their first timeout, not giving in here. There is still 2 minutes left in this half. Lakota West, if they use all 3 of their timeouts, will have plenty of time to operate, and I don't blame them on this offensive end, and they've been dominant and have had so many chunk plays that they could definitely get in field goal range with how much time they're given if the Comets can't get this first down. So some people would say, as a sign of disrespect, up 27, you'd think, why are you using your timeouts? But I think it's a great decision for Lakota West.
Yeah, and we know how big this rivalry is to both teams. Neither of these teams an ounce of like for each other. So the Comets, if they can't get a first down, obviously it'll go back to Lakota West. And look, there's still over 2 minutes left here, 2 minutes and 3 seconds to be exact. We're left in the first half, so the Comets just need to get that 10 and move the change just once. Look, it'll be about 2nd and 9 now for Mason.
And Dana, we've kind of seen the new style in the GMC with these teams like Princeton and Lakota West. If they've been kind of using that option run with the quarterback and that jet sweep, so it's interesting to see that those new teams are adopting that. As a handoff here will be to Adesanya. Adesanya trying to get it to the outside, spinning his way to the 25. Will make it about a 3rd and short. Lakota West will use their 2nd timeout, trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, you can see that's what the Firebirds are trying to do. A nice carry there from Adesanya. Makes a couple of guys miss. It'll make it 3rd and pretty manageable for Mason. About 3rd and 6 is what it's going to look like. The Comets, you just got to get these 6 yards here, not put the ball back in the hands of Sam Wiles.
You said it absolutely right. Comets already down 27-0. You got to think you got to have the same second half as Lakota West just had, and that doesn't really seem manageable from what we've seen from this Comet team. But Comets got to get these 6 yards right here on this 3rd down, because if you don't, it seems like it's almost 100% positive that Lakota West is going to go down and get a field goal here.
So there's about 2 minutes left. We're going to look at the band.
The band just went to Super Regionals, finished 6th there, had a really nice showing in that look.
Yeah, good to mention, 6th in the nation, this Mason band. It's had a very good reputation over the past couple of years, and we're going to get a false start. Temi Adesanya moved quick, and it's going to push them back even more. It'll make it now 3rd and 11.
Scores around the GMC. Middletown leads Fairfield 14-7 in that game. Middletown trying to get a win and get into playoff contention. Comets got into playoff contention last week. You'd think with this loss it wouldn't help them with seeding wise. Middletown playing a Fairfield team that's struggled all year long, trying to get their win right there.
Schaaf's going to take it himself up the middle. He has some room up to the 30. Ashton Schaaf, it's a nice game, but a penalty flag out once again.
It's back in the backfield. It's going to be a holding call again on this offensive line. Trying to cheat away some nice plays as we see it kind of on that right side. Ashton Schaaf with another good run, but can only think if your offensive line's holding, it's going to be easier for your quarterback to get at least 10 yards there as the Comets move back to an even harder third down 20 here. Lakota West will get the ball back, you would think, with a timeout after this. And bringing this ball back to the 10-yard line makes Kaiser Wilhelm's job as a punter even harder, as he's got to get at least to the 50 to keep the Comets from getting Lakota West out of field goal range.
So I wonder if we see another deep shot to Martin like we did earlier in this game. 3rd and 20 for the Comets. It's just going to be a handoff to Adesanya. No, the ball's on the ground. He couldn't even get the handoff off. Cam Thomas was flying in the backfield.
And Daniel in the secondary, C.J. Kastner wrestled down by number 26, Tajay Jones, the junior DB, and right there, that's going to be a personal foul. I saw it myself. Saw the flag come out, and that's just a break for the Comets. It changes everything in this half. Personal foul goes against Lakota West, and the Comets will get a first down. And just a deep breath there, as you would think Lakota West would take this in the half, so with the Comets.
Yeah, so an unnecessary penalty that the Firebirds give up, so the Comets will likely be able to hold on to this ball the rest of the minute 40 left here in the first half. And you're Mason, all you want to do is just play conservative and not let the ball get out of the hands of whoever has it. We just saw Comets fumble. They caught that break.
Some confusion here between both teams. Be a timeout called from Coach Bolden, kind of as another way as just getting extra talk with the referee. Another look there at the band. And down to tree, as we saw last year, they got to go to Pasadena, California with that Rose Bowl performance. It's just once in a lifetime opportunity for those kids.
Yeah, talk about the Rose Bowl. Knowing some people in the band, they talk so highly about that weekend. So we'll talk about the bands. Again, one of the best in the country. He said past weekend placing 6th.
Yeah, it all starts on Jason Sleppy, their director. Does such a good job of getting everybody organized. They have a unique theme this year. Obviously, they get to go to Lucas Oil Stadium every year with the Indianapolis Colts home field, and that's always a nice venue. I mean, it'd be nice if I got a chance to go on one of those NFL fields and have to join the band. Daniel, what do you think about it?
I don't see it happening for you, Isaac. Some more GMC scores around the league. Princeton up 28-3 over the Coleraine Cardinals. Hamilton 28-0 over Sycamore. Fairfield up 20-14 on Middletown, and Lakota East 6-0 over Oak Hills. So the way those two games are going with Lakota West and Princeton, they will likely share the GMC. assuming these two games go the way that they are looking.
And now it looks like the punt is only a 10-yard penalty, which makes it from 3rd and 20 to 4th and 9. Comets will still have to punt. Lakota West now with no timeouts. Swan lets it go. Fair catch called very late.
I think confusion. I don't know if he knew if he called a fair catch or not.
It was latest fair catch I've seen in a very long time. Almost just lifts up the hand at the last second.
Yeah, Barnett. Pretty close call. So 1 minute and 32 seconds left. It's definitely enough time for this Lakota West team, the way that they've been getting these huge plays. You're Mason. You can't let anything up. If it's going to be a big play, you know it's going to be coming from Sam Wiles, number 2. Has been having such an incredible game on the ground. So they don't have any timeouts. 1:30 left.
You already know for this Comet team, all they want to do is go to the locker room against this Sam Wiles offense. And we saw Sam Wiles was down a couple possessions back with that ankle injury, it looked like, but he got right back up. And for this Comet team, you got to feel like Coach Kastner's got to give at least a spy, maybe 1 or 2, to stop the bleeding just a little bit. Penalty flag was on the fair catch call, bring Lakota West back to about the 40-yard line.
So first down from the 40, Wiles in the shotgun, Johnson to his left. He looks to throw, he's gonna fire it deep down the left side of the field, looking for Barnett, but shoots him way over the head. It'll be 2nd down for Lakota West. That could have been a huge play right there on first down if he was able to connect.
Yeah, haven't heard a lot from the senior Trey Barnett. Number 1 receiver in terms of receiving yards with 21 receptions for 347 yards, 4 touchdowns on the outside there. Comets had a safety, the overthrow.
2nd down, he's gonna look to the right side, has him in, and it's caught. It's Tyson Davis. He's gonna be brought down. Ryan Davis gets him, it's about 4.
Nice tackle there from Ryan Davis. Would think that kind of didn't have the greatest angle or the greatest pursuit of the balls. We see right here, Tyson Davis almost trying to get loose here. About 1 minute to go in the half. Just stoppage, a little bit of confusion.
Lakota West showing that they are trying to get 7. Those 1st and 2nd downs, putting the ball in the air. And already a deep shot, so they're trying to get 7 more before we head into halftime. But now it'll be 3rd down and about 8 is what it looks to be spotted as, with 1:05 left. Still no timeouts for Lakota West, 2 for Mason.
And Daniel, you got to think Coach Kastner, obviously with his defensive backs on the outside, his plan was to kind of keep them at a minimum, kind of go one-on-one. But right here, you got to be a little smarter with 1 minute left.
3rd down for Wiles. Drops back, pressure coming from the Comets. He just spikes it into the ground. That'll make it 4th for Lakota West. So a very quick drive for Lakota West. Probably their first 3 and out of the night, forced by the Comets.
Clock's going. Comets trying to get their guys out on the field. Still think they'd use a timeout here, but a little bit of clock issues as we'll look back here. Good decision there from Wiles to not do anything too crazy.
Kaiser Wilhelm back to receive the punt from Lakota West. 1:07 left in this first half. Gets it away. It's a nice punt. And it's going to be a fair catch from Wilhelm. The Comets will come back out at about the 23, maybe 24. And you got to think, Isaac, they just kneel this one and take it to half.
Yeah, no timeouts from Lakota West. No way to stop the clock. If you're Coach Kastner in this Comet team, we mentioned it a little bit ago, it's been an ugly half in both quarters of this game, facing, as I would say, this most athletic, talented team in the GMC. Probably the best coaching in the GMC, just haven't had the half they've wanted on senior night. Would only think that a kneel would be the most appropriate play here. You never know with Coach Kastner.
So first down for the Comets, less than a minute left. Shafe's going to take it. He does look to throw, fires it. Caught by Ethan Jordan at the 35. He's still moving to about the 37. Second reception of the night for number 9. Comets look like they're going to try and rush up on the ball. They're going to try and get something to go this drive. Clock is running. So Schaaf in the backfield with Adesanya behind him. He's going to look to throw, has some time, rolls out to the right side, and he's going to fire it to the right. And it's intercepted by Lakota West. Another turnover for this Lakota West defense. Number 3, Trey Barnett with the interception. And the Comets try and make a drive late in the second quarter, and it goes right back to Lakota West.
And Dan, as we see right here, Ashton Schaaf trying to do too much, but again, it's just been bad coaching. There's just nothing less to it. Coach Kastner obviously seeing that his team hasn't had the greatest half, but you can definitely have some fixes to this defense. It's only been one guy, but right there, going for even a field goal doesn't really do you any good. And right here, Lakota West has so much time and so much less ground to go.
And it's caught over the middle past the 30 on that first down. It was Barnett once again. He's starting to make a big impact in these past couple minutes. Clock is running. We look down, 33 seconds left and counting. No timeouts. Wiles, he's going to look to the right side, looks for the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone. Tyson Davis, his second touchdown of the night. And right before halftime, the Firebirds strike once again to make it a score of 33-0 with 23 seconds left in the second half. But a flag is down.
Yeah, flag's on John Hendricks, extracurricular again after the play. And it just feels like I'm not the guy, as we see the penalty here.
It'll be a personal foul against Mason.
Offsetting Lakota West, and that's going to be a touchdown. And Dan, I'm not the guy to blame coaching staffs ever, really, because they're not really the guys that are playing in the game. But it's felt like for this team, they obviously haven't played the greatest on the field, but with the lack of preparation to even have a guy on Sam Wiles or to take it into halftime against such a well-developed coaching staff on the other side with such good players with this Lakota West team, just mistakes on mistakes, making it the score that it is right now.
Yeah, I gotta think the Comets could have just knelt the ball, taken it to half. Instead, they try and make a drive, throws it, and it's intercepted by Trey Barnett, who's starting to have an amazing game tonight. Comets have already turned it over a few times, 2 interceptions for Ashton Schaaf here in the first half. So you gotta think now the Comets get it back. No reason to try anything.
Hopefully it's a kneel, you would think, because I mean, down 34-0 at this point, Dana, we can both say we've seen this Comet team. The odds of them making a comeback in this game are 0 to like pretty much 0 at this point, Daniel. I mean, the Comets down 34-0. There's still a chance in this game for them, but you got to kneel and take it to the half.
Jamian Martin will be back to return. The Comets, with playoffs starting next week, you got to think that this second half, they just got to get something to happen to give a bit of a boost, take another look. Double coverage with the junior wide receiver is able to just go up and get it at the high point, grabs it in for 7. It's why he's been the top wide receiver for this team all year.
As you said, that was a great example of high pointing the football on double coverage, using his size to his advantage.
Martin's going to take it up the middle to the 20, and he's going to be hit pretty hard down at the 22. 18 seconds left. Ashton Schaaf and this Comet offense will come back out. I think just for a kneel, take this 1.5. Lakota West will start with the football when we come back for the second half, but just a completely one-sided game so far tonight, Isaac.
Yeah, Lakota West has played pretty much dominantly both sides of the football. Comets haven't executed on their third downs, haven't gotten stops on third down. It's kind of mistakes piling on mistakes, making it the score it is now with 18 seconds left. So we'll see what the Comets elect to do here.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Adesanya breaks off of maybe 1 or 2. The clock goes under 10 seconds, and this one's just going to go to halftime.
Yeah, I do like the fight there from Coach Kastner. Most coaches wouldn't knee it, but giving his players some chances to make a play.
That's going to do it here for the first half from Dwyer Field. Lakota West Firebirds a commanding lead over the Mason Comets, a score of 34-0 after 2 quarters. We'll take a break here. Stay tuned for the second half here on ICRC.
High School. It's halftime between the Lakota West Firebirds and the Mason Comets. Kyle Evans alongside Logan Dyer. It is 34-0 Lakota West Firebirds on top of the Mason Comets. We knew that Lakota West was a very talented team. They came out tonight. They kind of punched Mason in the mouth. So if you're Brian Kastner and you're in that locker room, what are you talking about right now?
You're basically just talking about, trying to get some kind of offense started, trying to figure out how you can stop Lakota West and try to keep just cooler heads.
Yeah.
Obviously, let's be honest, Mason's probably not going to come back and win this game, but crazier things have happened, right? We've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
Let's just look last week. Talawanda almost beat Mount Healthy.
Yeah.
So, just telling the team, hey, get out there and play as hard as you can. We're still going to the playoffs.
Yep.
Just, let's play as hard as we can. And then let's turn around, this week and let's figure out what we did wrong so we can fix that for playoffs.
Yeah, right now the Mason Comets, they are projected to be probably a 10 or an 11 seed because they will obviously finish the season at 5-5. We're going to check some scores from around Cincinnati, Tri-State, Elder, and LaSalle. 14-14 was the last time we checked that game. Winton Woods was trailing Lebanon 14-0. Hamilton all over Sycamore 28-0 in that game. Lakota East Thunderhawks is on top of Oak Hills 13-0. In the Cincinnati Hills Conference, St. Bernard was beating Cincinnati Country Days 28-0. So I believe both of us are losing that game.
Both of us are currently losing that game. I think we both picked CCD. So, yeah, we're both losing that one.
But it's all right. It's all right. There's still a half left to go.
Yep.
Other scores around the GMC, Vikings 21-3 over the Cardinals. And Reading is beating Marymount 14-0. McNick is on top of Baden 6-3. Halftime here at Dwyer Field. Again, it's the Lakota West Firebirds 34, Mason Comets nothing. It's going to be an interesting playoffs because as of right now, of course, all the projected seedings will change at the end of the night. And I think right now you got the Moeller Crusaders. They're number 1. Lakota West is number 2. And I know that we still have a while to get to that regional final. But as I look at the Division I region, those are the strongest 2 teams. In my opinion. I don't know who the 3 seed is off the top of my head, but I see West and Moeller meeting again in the regional finals, and we'll see if Moeller can get over the hump because Moeller's been to the regional finals. They've beaten Lakota West, but where Moeller has struggled is they have struggled to beat Springfield out of the GWAC out of Dayton. So Springfield has been to state, I believe it's the last 2 or 3 seasons. So we'll see who can kind of get over the hump. But, yeah, if you're Mason, like you mentioned, just have to just come out here in the second half, play their game, have fun. Because it's senior night. You definitely, don't want, you want to go out with a bang. You don't want to hang your head low or anything.
Right, yeah. And, we talked pregame about, Mason and their flags and they had to be disciplined about these flags. Well, during the first half, they accumulated numerous flags. I believe they have like 5 or 6 penalties for 60-some yards probably.
Yep.
But Lakota East is right there with them as well with flags. They got an unsportsmanlike conduct call at the end of the half. We're still trying to figure out exactly what that was for, but we have a little bit of suspicion that Tom Bolton and his squad were maybe talking a little crap to whoever, and that's probably what happened. But
a little frustration.
But they got to be disciplined, and I think if they want to show in the second half that they can hang with the big boys like the West and like Moeller and Springfield, then they're going to come out and they're going to fire on all cylinders. Let's hope and pray because all these nice fine folks came out to the senior night to see a Mason win, and right now they're kind of disappointed with 34-0 at half.
So again, halftime here at Mason High School. It's Lakota West 34 and the Mason Comets nothing. That's going to wrap it up for the ICRC halftime report. We'll send things back up to Isaiah and Daniel as they get ready to call the second half. You've been watching the ICRC halftime report.
We are back for second half action here at Dwyer Field. Lakota West up 34-0 at the intermission. My name's Isaac Vargo alongside my broadcast partner Daniel Panetti. And Daniel, Comets down by 34 at the end of one. What do you like to see if you're Coach Castner here in this second half?
You know, here in the second half, all you got to do really is your main goal now, especially on the offensive side, is get something to go your way in this second half. Get something on the board. Get some sort of momentum to drive into next week's playoff game. Luckily for the Comets, they already have a playoff spot clinched for next week. We got to get something.
Gogol kick it through the end zone. Now we'll bring out Lakota West offense led by their quarterback superstar today, Sam Wiles. He has been the main contributing factor for why Lakota West has been so dominant on offense today.
Yeah, it's really been the game of Sam Wiles. We look at the first half, 150 yards rushing. He's just been running straight through and around and everything on this Comet defense. So you hope in the locker room, Coach Kastner, Coach McCullough could get something into the defense's mind to try and help. But Sam Wiles not even in the game anymore for this Lakota West team. The new quarterback throws to the right side. It's caught. It's going to be dives for the first down. We look, it's a new quarterback for this Lakota West team. Garnett's in on the stop. It's number 11, Jackson Smith, the sophomore quarterback, 6'3", 204 pounds, a nice frame on the sophomore quarterback, but we get to see him get his reps in the second half.
Yeah, nice throw there to start off. He gets his day started with a 1-for-1 clip. So right here, Smith, a sophomore. In the backfield with him will be Johnson. Comets saw a big load of him in the first half. It'll be Johnson handing it off, trying to get a couple more for the first down, and Sticks will move for Lakota West. And Daniel, kind of thinking in this second half of play, Lakota West will slow the pace down, try and work on some things they're trying to get accomplished with this run game.
Yeah, just for this defensive side, you know, obviously Wiles checked out of the game, so that big running threat's gone. So see what adjustments can be made from this Comet defense.
Smith looking to throw, looks to his left, trying to find his man. Good coverage there from the Comets, trying to find Jack Barla, the senior tight end, as he's now down on the field. His first target of today.
Yeah, went down pretty awkwardly. Caleb Jordan was there in defense for the Comets. Take another look at this on the replay. Had him open, tipped out, and Caleb Jordan just brings him down immediately. He's able to get helped up by coaches.
Yeah, we've seen multiple Lakota West players down on the field after a couple tie-ups in this game, but it's good to see that both of the players we've seen for the Firebirds have went on their own power off the field with some trainer assistance. It's here on 2nd and 10. New quarterback in the game, Jackson Smith, the sophomore. As Wiles' day is, I'd say, pretty much over unless the Comets can get a comeback going in this second half. This would be a jet sweep to the right side, trying to find the outside as Norman, another sophomore on that outside.
Yeah, we really didn't see much of Norman in that first half, but him and Johnson are just such a good 1-2 duo there. It's really the jet sweeps that we've been seeing him so far tonight. It's been Johnson in the backfield, and then when they got to get to the outside, they get it to number 13.
Yeah, Norman with nearly 400 yards rushing this year and 4 touchdowns. Didn't get a single carry in the first half. Only had 1 reception for 14 yards receiving. They throw out him to the outside. A little pass out there. Tyson Davis was the intended target. I've seen a lot of him in this game, and that will cause Lakota West punt to the Comets. Comets start off this second half on the right note with a defensive stop.
Yeah, they get a nice stop. They will get the ball. You mentioned a 34-point game. A comeback seems to be out of reach, but now you have the half if you're Mason to try some new things on offense, maybe get some looks from a few new guys.
Marquette punts it away to the Comets punter, Kaiser Wilhelm, and that is a beauty, Daniel. What a punt from the senior. A near 70-yard punt down to the Comets' 5-yard line. Daniel, one of the best punts we've seen at the high school level this season, especially in this GMC.
I mean, that thing was beautiful. It had the hang time, had the distance, takes a Lakota West bounce pretty much the whole way. It reaches the 5, it bounces back a yard. I mean, you can't ask for anything better there from your special teams unit.
The Comets will trot out for their first drive of this second half. Got the running game going, but couldn't get anything else going really. At Adesanya in the backfield. Shift to the right. It'll be a handoff to Adesanya, and he'll be taken down. A loss of yards down to the Comets 2. Comets going backwards on first down.
Yeah, pretty decent first half from Adesanya. The run game was one of the few positives in that first half for the Comets. Taking a look at this, nothing opens up, and incredible play, number 1 there for Lakota West.
Grant Bierman.
Bierman, the Purdue commit, just swarms them up right away.
That's Ashton Schaaf in his own end zone. Handed off. Adesanya trying to find space, trying to stay out of the end zone. Another loss of 1 will now bring it to the 1-yard line where the ball will be marked. About 7 minutes left in this third quarter of play. Comets trying to keep Lakota West off the scoreboard on the defensive end.
Yeah, Cam Thomas was in there first for Lakota West. We look at him, the junior, already with some Division I offers. Look at next year's Ohio class, ranked number 18th in the state, the defensive back. He has been such a huge part for this team all season. And now the Comets find themselves up against their own end zone. They just got to get something, either get the first down or just make some room for Kaiser Wilhelm.
Comets here at their own 2-yard line, trailing by 34. Comets punt, just trying to stay out of the end zone, as the punt there from Marquette and Lakota West really just took away 5 for this Comet offense.
So now Kaiser Wilhelm and the punting unit will come out. And I think we saw last week with Sycamore, they were in this situation, snapped it over the punter's head. This time, Comets are able to get a nice one off.
Good punt there. Wilhelm will get it to about the 45 with a return. Return from Jaden Stanley, the senior DB. Steps out at about the 45. Be about a 45-yard punt from Kaiser Wilhelm, and that will bring out the second drive from Lakota West.
Flag down on the field. Something about Wilhelm's punting that you got to mention is the accuracy on number 16 is, almost second to none. Every time he comes out, he's putting it right on that sideline, still kind of keeping it in bounds to where it can take a Mason roll if it wants. But it's like a great punt there from Wilhelm.
Looks like it'll be a 10-yard penalty after the play on Lakota West. They don't see a lot of those after the play. Unnecessary roughnesses, personal fouls. As you said, both these teams don't like each other, and especially it's getting personal as Lakota West trying to rub it in on the Comet senior night.
Yeah, both teams with unsportsmanlike, a bunch of penalties after the whistle. Just what you don't want to see if you're a coach. No matter the rivalry, you want to play clean football, and especially in a game like this where one team already has such a big lead.
He's back out there for his second drive, Jackson Smith. His penalty flags before the play. Be a false start A lot of penalty flags in this game. About halfway through this third quarter is a running clock here at Dwyer Field. In the last game in the GMC before playoff time, both of these teams clinched playoff appearances. Smith hands it off. Number 13, Norman, his first carry of the day for the sophomore connection there.
So there we see Norman in the backfield. Lakota West with a chance to kind of shake up their offense as well.
Couple guys in the backfield. Him, he looked to throw. Looking for his man. It was Tyson Davis again. It looks like a little bit of hesitancy from the sophomore. Sam Wiles is a senior, so it's good to see the reps here from the sophomore. As we've cited multiple of the teams in GMC, it might be his team next year. A little bit of hesitancy so far from number 11.
Yeah, same with the Comets last week. We've seen a bit of Alex Silly, the sophomore number 7, him getting some reps. So kind of the same thing for Lakota West right now. Like you said, it's likely to be Smith's team next year. So him getting some of these reps right at the end of the season as well would be a little more fresh for next year.
Especially we've seen with how much Wiles is willing to run. Any opportunity of injury, he would have to step up. Throws to the outside there. Turf monster got Reese Mason. He's been doing a great job on both sides of the ball today for Lakota West.
Yeah, almost probably the MVP of tonight's game, not named Sam Wiles. Been on the offensive side, the defensive side. He's made turnovers and he's had some big receptions. So a great game from number 4. We knew he could be a bit of an X factor, number 4 and number 2.
So 2 drives here from Lakota West, 2 punts. Granted, it is the backup quarterback in Jackson Smith in the game, but for this Comet team in the playoffs, you're going to play a team with the magnitude of Lakota West as Kaiser Wilhelm doesn't fair catch it. Catches it and gets lit up by number 5, Micah Marley. He's been all over the field today.
That's the risk you get for not calling for a fair catch, is you have pretty much 11 guys running right at your face. Take another look at this. So you're Wilhelm. Wilhelm's usually been good this year for calling fair catches. A beautiful tackle there. Number 5 of the Firebirds.
Right here we'll see Alex Silly check into the game, as we were just talking about, Daniel. Giving Ashton Schaaf a little bit of a break. Hasn't really had much this season. 2 minutes left on a running clock with 3 minutes in the third quarter. Comets trying to get these backups some work. Not a greatest snap. Silly tries to take it himself. It's a loss of 2. And Daniel, something to mention, Silly did play in this JV game yesterday against Lakota West, so could be a little bit of fatigue here seen from the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and something we've seen when Silly's been able to get these varsity snaps is he hasn't thrown the ball. I don't think he does not have a single pass attempt on the year. So now he's going to get pretty much a whole half of football here at Dwyer Field on this Friday night. So you can maybe see the arm on Silly again. Like, same thing with Smith. This is likely going to be his team next season with the departure of Ashton Schaaf.
Yeah, down on the field for the Comets is Xander Gavsby, the freshman, one of their O-line guys they were very high on at the beginning of the season. He got the start against Gahanna Lincoln, their first game of the season. It's a guy you definitely don't want down on the field. One of the only freshman that gets playing time for this varsity squad.
You hate to see injuries in a game like this, one that's already over, a minute 47 left. We're going to head to a short break. Stay tuned for more here on ICRC. 3, 2. I got it. Welcome back into Dwyer Field after the injury. Hope that the freshman is all right. Score is still 34-0 here from Dwyer Field in the third quarter. Just about a minute left here. I'm Daniel Panetti here with Isaac Vargo, and Isaac, been a very quick third quarter. Now we get to see some of these underclassmen for both teams.
Yeah, as you said, running clock for this third quarter of play, and 2 sophomores out here that played in the JV games just yesterday. Alex Silly for the Comets, and Jackson Smith for the Firebirds. As you mentioned before we went on a break, Silly has yet to make a pass attempt in a Comet uniform as a varsity athlete. So we'll see what he does here. McDaniel in the backfield. He'll hand it off here. McDaniel drives. McDaniel lowers the shoulder. Quality run there from Gavin McDaniel.
Yeah, first we've seen from McDaniel so far tonight. He's gotten carries in most of these games for the Comets, kind of running as that running back 2, running back 3. There he's able to push through, break a few tackles, put the shoulder down. It's what a running back coach wants to see. But what I want to see, Isaac, is let the sophomore throw. See what you have at the quarterback spot. You don't really have much to lose at this point.
3rd and 1 here. Be hard to get a pass here as it's back to McDaniel. McDaniel takes it to the outside, and Daniel 2 in a row. Gavin McDaniel with quality runs to the outside.
Yeah, burst of speed once he hit that outside. McDaniel, 2 strong rushes already so far tonight. Look at this. Has the holds, gets to the left side, and then just has that little burst of speed. He's able to move the sticks. So a nice little chain there from the Comets.
A good job there from the big guys up front and the offensive linemen. As that will do it here for the end of the third quarter. The same score as we went for halftime. Lakota West leads the Comets 34-0. Be back for fourth quarter action here on ICRC. We are back for some fourth quarter action here at Dwyer Field. Lakota West leads 34-0 as McDaniel gets it to the outside. It's upended after 2. My name's Isaac Varga alongside Daniel Panetti. Daniel is scoreless. Third quarter of play, got to see a couple underclassmen at the quarterback position.
Yeah, so it's nice to see these guys get in. It's silly. We've seen him a few times this year. Now we get to his first full quarter of playing time here at the varsity level. So you hope that, like we mentioned earlier, towards the end of the third, we could see him maybe put the ball in the air.
See if that's the case. McDaniel's been getting a lot of the carries in this fourth quarter, third quarter action. There's nothing doing there. Lakota West takes it. Say they have it at the end of the play, but ball was called dead. So make it a 3rd and long. So about a 3rd medium, 3rd and 6 for this Comet team. Some scores around the GMC. Princeton up 41-3 against Coleraine. So it looks like they'll win that and tie Lakota West for a share of the GMC title this season. Hamilton leads Sycamore 30-3 in the third quarter. Hamilton starting to get on a tear there. Lakota East shutting out Oak Hill 16-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a surge that Hamilton has been on. Didn't start out the season super hot, but just kind of flipped a switch. They had that huge win versus Princeton earlier in the year.
So he will hand it off again to McDaniel, and that will make it a 4th down and short. We'll see if Coach Kastner elects to keep the offense out there, and he won't. The punting unit will be back on the field. It will be Kaiser Wilhelm's 6th punt of the evening for this Comet team. 2 returners back for Lakota West.
We mentioned now a running clock for the rest of this game. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left and counting.
Wilhelm skies one in the air, a little bit off the end of the toe. Gets it to about the 35-yard line, and that's where Lakota West will come back out for their 3rd drive of the second half.
Yeah, so now we see Smith once more. Pretty different story between these 2 underclassmen quarterbacks. Silly still not putting the ball in the air, only handoffs. And you look at Smith, he's been getting a lot of pass attempts, getting him more acclimated. So while being the underclassman, the backup, still getting those reps.
Jackson Smith has thrown a couple, hasn't been very successful so far. Looks like the backups are in at wideout and running back for Lakota West. There'll be a handoff here. Nice run there for Norman. He is one of the starters, sophomore, his only 2nd carry of today. Goes for 7.
Yeah, you mentioned the backups. Don't really even consider Norman a backup, especially the way he's been playing tonight. Had a bunch of big runs on some of those jet sweeps earlier in tonight's game. So it shows that the running back position is definitely not going to be lacking the next few years for this Firebird offense.
It's another handoff to Norman. Norman with a burst. Stopped by Cale Jordan. Great wrap up there. Norman with another quality run with about 8.5 to go in the game.
Yeah, another big run. It's kind of been to those left sides of the Mason defense that the big runs have been coming from. You see the ones earlier in the game. It's mainly coming up that middle and the left side.
Comets showing pressure. And the sophomore quarterback, it would be another handoff to Norman. This time Ryan Davis in the backfield to get the stop. And for both of these teams, still TBD on the opponents for playoffs, but Lakota West will have a home game for that playoff matchup in the first round, and the Comets will be on the road for whichever team that is announced later this week.
And one of those teams for Mason, potentially Lakota East, who they saw week 2 way earlier in this season, who they did go down to.
Big run there. Penalty in the backfield. This would be a hold on Lakota West. Be brought back. Running clock makes it about 7 minutes left. Here's a holding call here. There's a timeout on the field. An injury timeout for Lakota West.
Another injury this half. In a game like this, or really any game in general, you never want to see guys go down.
That's Jude Moss, the sophomore linebacker. Damn, when you look all over this Lakota West team, it's sophomores all over the board, sophomores and freshmen. It just shows how much that Coach Bolden is trying to get these underclassmen to get as much experience as possible and how much he trusts them in these situations.
Yeah, this Lakota team has been good on kind of reloading their roster once their guys depart. So they have all those guys, sophomores, might not know the names now, but in about a year or two, there's going to be a lot of new guys in this Lakota West team who will be making such a big impact.
Jackson Smith still out on the field with Norman. In the backfield, it would be a 2nd and 21 at their own 34. Comets starter still out there. This will be a direct snap to Jackson Smith. Be about a gain of 5.
So 6 minutes, 40 seconds left. Lakota West taking a lot of time off of this clock ever since the quarter started. Comets started with the ball. Had that punt early. And Lakota West just taking their sweet time.
3rd and long here. See if Lakota West airs it out. They won't. It'll be Smith again with the direct handoff. He'll fight his way for about 8 or 9 to make it 4th down. Looks like the punting unit will go out again for Lakota West, and kind of just a stalemate here for both teams in this second half of play. Just both teams trying to work on things, but these unexperienced quarterbacks and wide receivers can't really get anything going against these varsity defenses.
So now the Comets will get the ball back once again. That one almost blocked.
It was blocked by Adesanya. Got in the backfield. Fair caught by Kai's. 6:30 remaining in the game. Comets will go back on the field for their 4th drive of the half under the sophomore auxiliary.
Seen it a lot with Gavin McDaniel in this second half. Wonder if they keep it going there.
As this will be the 6th year in a row that Lakota West will take down the Comets in regular season play. Going back all the way to 2018 where the Comets shut out Lakota West 19-0. Silly in the backfield, some miscommunication, keeps it himself for a loss of 1.
You know, things like that are going to happen when you have a new guy there in the backfield. Not the first miscue we've seen or a broken play. Looks like he might have tried to do a read option there and just got tangled up in all the players around him.
Ayante Stanley gets his first playing time of the season at the running back position, number 38. See if Silly will let one go here. Still hand it off. It'll be Stanley again, fighting forward to make it 3rd and manageable here with just about 4.5 to go in the game.
Mentioned 4 minutes, 20 seconds left and counting. Still only handoffs for this sophomore quarterback. We'll make it 3rd and 6 for this offense.
Silly with Stanley in the backfield on 3rd down here. About a 3rd and 6. Stanley will get it again, try and get to the outside. Doesn't have the speed to do so. So we're reaching just about 3 minutes left in the game. Comets will punt for their 7th time tonight. Haven't had the success on offense they would have hoped in this game. Lakota West having everything go right today. They'll be back to their winning ways with a share of the GMC with Princeton, who took it from them last year.
Yeah, Lakota West had been the GMC champions for multiple years before last year when Princeton took it. And you mentioned Isaac, just not the game offensively the Comets want.
Wilhelm kicks it away. Be Norman. Receive it and take it out to about the 40-yard line. So he's going to be Stanley for the Firebirds. Just about 2:49. You'd think it'd just be a couple runs, and that'll be about it here at Dwyer Field here on senior night for the Comets.
Yeah, just come for Lakota West. Just come out, run the ball a few times, take this clock all the way down. Neither team using a timeout this half. So just close this game out, get ready for the playoffs. Once again, still to be determined on who the Comets will play. That'll be released in the next couple of days.
Big run there. Comets trying to take down Norman, the sophomore. Still out there, kind of the running back two, gotten a lot of carries this season. Still out there. Hamilton looks like they'll hold on, up 30-3. Still at the third quarter in that game. Lakota East up 16-0 at Oak Hills in the fourth quarter. Will try and hold on to their fourth place in the GMC after a disaster of a year last year for Lakota East. One of the biggest stories in the GMC this year. Out the Comets by just one, couple games actually now with the Comets loss. Norman trying to get it to the outside again, and will. It won't, without being shoved out of bounds by Cravens.
Yeah, he gets to about the 25. Nice pursuit there from 90 Cravens. Cravens a pretty nice season. Again, we could look past all the way to week one. It seems like now had that fumble recovery for a touchdown, the first points of the year for first touchdown of the year for the Comets. A big highlight for him.
It's about a minute 15 to go. Norman will get it again. Has a look and will walk into the end zone to add it on top of Lakota West dominance today at Dwyer Field to make the lead 40-0 pending the extra point.
Yeah, and you just look, the hole just opens up just freely for Norman. He's able to just walk in for the touchdown. Yeah, like you mentioned, the flag.
It's unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, so that'll be enforced on the kickoff. Still a Lakota West touchdown. Running clock brings it down to about 35 seconds left. Should be the last play we'll see of the game.
Yeah, likely to just kick this one through and both teams line up at the 50. Call it a game from there.
Lakota West kind of stalling to make this the last play of the game. So referees will whistle it and we'll move it back with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Give a little bit more test. Lakota West comes into Dwyer Field. Gets a huge win for them. Jacob Snites on for the kick. That is up. That is perfect. Impressive kick there from the sophomore, but that will do it here at Dwyer Field. The Comets fall 41-0 on senior night. My name's been Isaac Vargo, alongside with Daniel Panetti, Katie Halligan, and Braden West on the cameras for tonight's game. There'll be an end to the game here at Dwyer Field. The Comets fall on senior night 41-0 against Lakota West.